Hello, good evening. So, yes, if Barbara is here and joining us. Yeah,
Hello.
hello, there she is. So nice to have you over here in our first time purchase series.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how are you tonight? And where are you tonight, actually, as
I
well?
am good. I am very good. I'm really excited to be doing this. I am in Prague right now. And how are you today?
Yeah, Amsterdam, as usual. I don't float between Prague and Germany, sadly, but
But Amsterdam is really nice, so.
it is as well. And how's the weather over there? I always think of Prague in winter, like snowy and fairy tale-y. Is that also how that?
Well, it is snowy, it is cold. It's not fairy tale-y at all. But yeah, that's how it was. Really windy nowadays.
Yeah,
Really windy.
yeah. All right. Well, I hope everybody has their questions for us, but especially Barbara lined up, and I hope you have your Dior bags out.
I have everything ready.
So let's maybe just yeah, go right in to your beautiful Dior collection, and maybe let's hit it off with a question that I always really like to ask. Do you have a funny anecdote about any of your Dior bags, maybe about the purchase or about the story behind it?
Well, I wish I had like a funny anecdote like Carrie Bradshaw in the Sex and the City where she's walking into the Dior store and like, you know, she completely falls down.
Yeah.
But unfortunately I don't. But I actually had to think about my first Dior bag. So I think it's a funny anecdote because I'm collecting bags for quite some time. Or like collecting, buying, you know how it goes.
Yeah, yeah.
So my first one was bought in 2017. And it was actually a friend of mine who sent me a picture of the bag, and she was like, "Oh, what do you think of the bag? And which size should I go for? Do you like the smaller one or the medium one?" And that's how I actually got to know the bag, and that's how I decided I actually liked the bag. And then I went to the store and bought it. So it was actually a random picture of my friend, which made me go and buy the bag.
I mean, I honestly, like, this is my only source of inspiration for buying, I think, almost anything. It's sort of, I need to see it in other people to understand that I really like something. So that's why I'm also spending so much time on Instagram, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can totally relate to that. Are you, by the way, did you also start watching the new Sex and the City sort of reintroduction 2.0, whatever?
No, to be honest, no. And it's only because I was supposed to have like HBO Go with my provider, but somehow they messed up and they cut me off. So
Yeah.
I was not able to watch it because I only have Netflix right now. But I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
But I was watching Emily in Paris. So it's like the Sex and the City 2.0. So kinda, but like not really fully. But I'm really excited to see
Yeah.
what's gonna happen in there because it's like
Yeah.
a really classical series for me. You can always
Yeah.
watch it, I feel like.
No, I get exactly, because you just quoted it. I had to actually think about it, that it was reintroduced, because there's this whole sort of recap in the beginning. But anyway, yeah. So, do you want to show us your collection, or is it possible for you to show us a bit of?
Yeah, sure. I have it. I have it already.
Yeah.
So I would start with my first purchase in Dior, which is the studded Lady Dior, which was introduced in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, as one of the first collections designed by Maria Grazia Chiuri, the creative director of Dior. And this is in size medium in calf leather, and I think this is one of the most classical styles, not really this one, but just Lady Dior as itself.
Yeah. And when
And
did you buy it? Did you got it right away, or did you
no, I mean like kinda. I'm not really sure when I went to the stores from the fashion show, but I bought it in February or March 2017. So I think it was kind of around the time when it just got into the stores, because I felt like Maria Grazia Chiuri kind of like reinvented Dior. It was all about like woman and power, and I really liked it. So I was like, okay, that's the Lady
Yeah,
Dior I need to
that's the way
get,
to
because
go.
it's something like, new, and nowadays you cannot not buy it. So it's kind of like, back in the day collections, like limited one. So I think it's a good purchase.
Yeah, yeah, it is, and it's beautiful, by the way. Very good decision. Yeah.
Thank you.
uh,
Thank you. Then right up, 2 months after, just 2 months after, I bought the diorama medium sized in the pink patent leather, which I think is one of the greatest purchases when it comes to the leather, because you cannot see any scratches, you cannot see that it was worn at all, and I just love that. And I also think the color is quite cute, so
yeah,
this was another purchase right before the summer, so it was a quite, summery vibe given there.
yeah, yeah. Cool, beautiful.
So my third one is the medium calf beige Dior. It's actually listed as a beige in the Dior store, but it's actually more like a white color when you look into it, actually. But anyways, I wanted to have a white bag, so this was the kind of idea behind it. This was in August 2017. So in 2017, I got really a lot of Dior bags, I would say. And I think it's a great versatile bag, because you can wear it both as a clutch, like here, and also
Yeah,
over the shoulder with the shoulder strap. So I think that was a really good purchase.
yeah. Nice. I will ask my questions around the bags later, but yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
okay, perfect. I'm just gonna continue showing
Yeah,
you my collection. Then this one is something completely different. It's a clutch. It was actually designed as a travel kit with even like the stuff which you hang on the door, do not disturb, and a
right.
sleeping mask and shoes. I still think I even have the sleeping mask in here. So I think it was a quite cute detail to it. And I really think this is a great bag for traveling when you're like on a vacation. You just want to, just put something somewhere, like your phone and the room key. And this turned out to be a really good purchase for that. So I'm glad I got this.
Yeah, nice. And is the eye mask comfortable? Can I ask?
No, it's fine. It's
Yeah,
actually, I
you
mean, like,
actually, yeah.
it doesn't hold a lot of stuff, but that's the purpose, I would say.
No, yeah, exactly. I'm such a sucker for eye masks. Like every time I travel, I mean, you never know if a hotel room is like dark enough to sleep. So I always take them with me. I would so love this detail
No,
about this. Yeah.
for me, it's like usually I keep it like even when I'm traveling inside of a bag which I'm taking with me, but I put like
Yeah.
my charger or something when I don't want to like rush into the things when I'm looking into the at the airport or in the airplane. And then like in November we were like flying from the Maldives back home, and we had a layover in Doha, and like we didn't have a hotel booked, so we just were sleeping in the lounge, and it was the perfect thing to have. It was
Yeah.
just there. I never used
Yeah.
it actually before, but it was
Yeah.
really handy. And yeah, my boyfriend looked at me and he was like, "Oh, do you really need to have like a Dior sleeping mask?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?"
Why not?
So
Exactly. It's
if I
right
have it, then
here.
why not use it? So
Yeah.
I think that was a good thing. And they also have like slippers, which I don't have inside because they were used before. But it's also great, for the plane where you want to just take off your shoes. So I think the pouch with the travel kit inside, it was really good when you travel a lot.
Nice.
And now I'm gonna go to the latest Dior purchase, which is
Yeah.
the middle bag, which is in the size small. It's in the blush color with the
Yeah.
matte hardware, which was, I believe, limited. so it's not available all the time. And I think it looks really cute. It's one of the few nude bags which I own, and it's definitely one of my favorite styles to go to.
Yeah. And I can imagine sort of like all year round, right? Because nude, it's
Yeah.
just like, I think the most important thing about it is that it works with your hair, your eyes, you know, with your complexion a little bit. So if you're wearing a coat or a summer dress, it actually doesn't matter. I always really like that if bags have that attitude, so to say.
No, for me, it's like, you know, you can wear just like all black outfit and then just put a little touch of nude or beige, and it always works, like, you know, kind of breaks the outfit. So I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and which one is your ultimate favorite? If you could only keep one, let's say, and that's an audience question, by the way.
I think it's a really hard. I don't want to say it's like asking what's your favorite child, but like kinda it is. Well, I would say actually the saddlebag is one of my favorites because it's limited and not so many people have it in this variant. But also, like, I kind of like the Lady Dior because it's one of the most classical styles. But if I could keep just one, I would probably go with the saddlebag because, you know, it's just a little different from what I see on the streets.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. And yeah, so you mentioned the Lady Dior being super versatile for you. Of course, black, I guess the gold works with a lot of the stuff you're wearing, I assume. But is it also the one you would call the most versatile, that you maybe also see yourself wearing the most? I don't know, of all of them? Or
well, to be honest, I think I would if it would be like in a different leather. This is a calf leather, which is really, you know, soft and kind of not holds the shape, which I personally am not a really big fan of. So I think if I would have gotten the Lady Dior in a different type of leather, I would definitely see myself wearing it more because in order to keep the shape, I have to, you know, really stuff the bag. Let's call it like that, and that's not always the case. But when it comes to the saddlebag, which I have, I think it really holds the shape and it's really nice. So I would say, like, for myself, from my collection, I see myself definitely wearing the saddlebag more than the Lady Dior. But I think in general speaking, if you would get like a Lady Dior in the lambskin, which is holding the shape a little bit more, I would say that's definitely the style to go for.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, good. One first good thing from the Dior Pro to know. And maybe let's talk really about first-time purchase now. Of course, your first purchase was the Lady Dior, but I mean, for all it means, maybe is it really the one you would recommend a first-time buyer to go for, or by now maybe a different model? What's your feeling and what's your take on this?
Well, I would say it really depends, like, what kind of person you are. For me, I'm like more like a person who needs like a bigger bag. So I would like look into the more bigger bags, but still like a classical style. So for me, if I would like, you know, go back in time right now and I could buy something, or like if it would be my first time purchasing right now, I would probably go for the Lady Dior in medium or for the saddlebag in medium, because I feel like that's a really great bag which you can wear during the day, which you can wear also during the night, which fits and holds kind of a lot of stuff and which looks just great. I would go probably for like more neutral colors like black or nude or maybe brown. White is a little tough because it can get always dirty, so for the first time bag, you know, you want to wear it a lot. So I would say something, you know, which you have a good feeling about. You can just put it on the table and you don't have to worry about it. And yeah, therefore I would say like Lady Dior or the saddlebag, both in medium size for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good one. I agree, by the way.
That's good.
Really into the saddlebag, but also I love the Dior Montani, to be honest. I know you're not having that one in your collection yet, I guess, but I think
No,
it's
no, no, I don't. But I saw one on your website, and I think it's really pretty. So
yeah.
it's definitely one of my wish listed bags,
Yeah.
which I saw recently.
Yeah. Yeah. And which of them, or maybe in general, I mean, we can also leave your collection aside if you have a different opinion or model in mind as an answer to the question. But which one would you consider the best investment?
Well, I was actually looking into this
Yeah,
because, you know, with the price increases and
yeah,
everything, which is happening, also not in Dior, but other brands,
yeah,
like you also kind of want to think if you are spending a certain amount of money and you're working really hard for it,
yeah,
you also think, okay, maybe one day I'm not gonna like the bag anymore, but you know, I would still like kind of get the value back or like resell it for, you know, kind of a good value. So I think, of course, the Lady Dior is a great investment because it was coming out in 1994, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah.
and it has been there for a long time. And when I think
It's
about
broken for
Dior,
the
it's like
90s.
one of the most classical styles, like worn by Lady Diana and like by so many people. So I think this is the bag to go for, because I also think when you look into the price increase, which between 2013 and now has been like 28-30%, which I think is quite a lot for a bag. So I think it would be like a great investment. But obviously also the saddlebag has increased in value, so I think it would be also like a great investment to do.
Yeah, yeah. Good research, by the way.
Thank you.
I
Thank
sort
you.
of, I don't even need to be here, I guess. Like we have the expert right there. No,
Yeah, I'm trying.
but
I'm trying to do my job right.
yeah, yeah, very, very, very correct and very good. So we see, for instance, currently that the saddleback is slightly more sought after. There's just a bit more sort of still, or again, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, but hype around that one. So if any one of you guys who are watching right now, you know, dreaming of a saddlebag, go for it because it's a good investment. But as you said, Barbara, the Lady Dior is also, I guess, an all-time classic that you can definitely also consider as a great investment, not just for the money, but also for yourself, because it's so versatile and yeah, it's so sort of never-ending. I think it almost slides a little bit in the, you know, Kelly and Birkin category. It's just this
Definitely.
never really dying out model.
Yeah,
They
I
never
think it's definitely that.
exactly. So yeah, totally on your side with this one as well. And which or let's say it like this. So how many did you show? Like 3, 4, 4
Five.
bags? 5, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
No worries.
Did, and those are all of them that you have, right?
Yes,
Currently?
that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's quite a lot of bags. How do you store them? Do you store them, I guess, at home? How do you maybe also travel with them, if I may ask, if you take
Yeah,
along?
I think storing is definitely a little easier than traveling. I always feel like, because you
Yeah,
know, when you put them in a suitcase, and my suitcase is pretty much stuffed all the time, so you know, you just like, you know, always sit on it to close. That's definitely another good thing for the bags. But let's
yeah,
start with storing at home. I would say I could store them better because I kind of have like a visual wardrobe where I can, like, you know, open wardrobe where I can see the bags and I kind of look at my bags and I'm happy about them. So it would be definitely a better way to store them in a dust bag, but that's not really me. So I just, you know, keep them on the shelf.
yeah,
But when it comes to some of them, like for example, the Lady Dior, I try to, you know, stuff them with like a pillow or like with dust bags so that it doesn't lose the shape. And when it comes to traveling, like I'm trying to obviously get the most out of the space. So like each bag which I'm taking with me, I'm always stuffing with something. Usually it's like underwear, which is really weird, but it's like fresh underwear, so
I mean, why
it's
not,
less
right?
weird.
Yeah,
And then obviously I keep them in the dust bag, and then like I'm trying to position them so that like nothing lays over anything else, and that everything is kind of in a place. And then also it has to work out with my other equipment, like my cameras and, you know, all of the other stuff which I'm taking, because I put my bags once into the luggage which you take down in the plane, and the suitcase got lost. So since then I learned my lesson. I'm always taking them on board so that I have them on the board. So yeah, that's also, by the way, a really good tip for anybody who is traveling with quite expensive bags. Just always take them on board with you, please.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, and then still sometimes they take the trolleys as well, right? So
Yeah,
always a bit of
no,
a
no,
nightmare.
no, no. I'm always
You know,
like,
like,
no, no, no,
no,
no, no,
I'm not
no,
giving you.
no, no. Don't take my
Exactly.
trolley away. That's my trolley.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, very, very good tip, by the way. I'm glad we talked about this because I think we've never mentioned it before in a IG or in one of our IGTV lives. But when traveling with bags, take them with you. Don't leave them
Yeah,
non-supervised.
yeah, I learned the lesson hard way. So if you can just like, you know, take them, take them.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, and you would think maybe, oh, I have them in my big suitcase, they're safe there, but they're much safer when they're near to you. So,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
I think as well.
yeah. Um, yeah, let's see. What else? What else did we get in for questions? Oh yeah, that's also a really nice one. A bit going back to the purchasing Dior bags topic. So you shared with us that some of your bags are actually pre-owned. Very nice. Of course, we love the sound of that. Do you have any recommendations for our viewers on what to look for or look out for when buying a pre-loved handbag, especially?
Well, I would say, like, for me personally, I was since I was buying also pre-owned, for me it's like really important to know that it's like an authentic bag. So I would probably look into the websites which also have a team which is looking for the authentication, so that the bags, you know, are being reviewed by a team, by professionals, and they can really say, oh, this is an authentic bag. And because, you know, you're spending quite still some money on it and you just want to be sure. So I think it's really important. Other than that, I think it's kind of important to buy a bag which is still like in a good shape, and which, you know, has been worn and pre-loved, but it's not like in a dramatic condition which you can basically never wear. And yeah, and as a step 3, I would say just like look into the bags you want, because sometimes you have a price budget and then you look like, you know, what the website has to offer, and then you end up getting something else which you don't really want, and then you don't wear the item as much as you would have worn the other one which you initially wanted. So I think it's really important, you know, maybe just wait for a month or, you know, for some time to really get the item you want. And I think that's really great about SACLAB, because you can just, you know, request the bag you want, and the team is trying their best to outsource the item and then, like, you know, notify you. So I think that's really great, because, you know, sometimes I was like looking into a certain bag and then I was like thinking, okay, should I get this bag instead because it's available? The other bag was not available, but then I was like, no, I want this. And if I think about this bag, I want to have this bag in my collection and I wear it and, you know, love it and, you know, see it on my shelf proudly in my collection. So I would say that's really important. Just like, you know, keep focus on that one design or model you want, but don't get distracted by the other ones.
Yeah, exactly. Stay true to your initial idea. Yeah, that's a very good tip. Yeah. Was there anything that you considered, maybe, I don't know, concerning also the qualities, the leathers, you know, you maybe, how did that go for you deciding about a studded bag? Was that something you thought about a lot or not at all? Maybe you were in love instantly?
Well, for me, like, I think like my point of view kind of changed over the past years, because like, you know, I started buying bags when I was 16, so it's still
Yeah.
like 9 years ago. So I think my perspective back then was like a little different from where it's now. So nowadays I would like consider, of course, the leather which is made the bag of, then the color, because for example, of course, if you're gonna buy a black bag, you
Yeah.
have to be less careful with it than with a white bag. Then I would also consider facts like, is it practical? Does it fit a lot of stuff? Can I like, you know, wear it every day, or is it just like a evening bag, or where can I wear it? Am I going to wear it a lot if I'm going to spend quite some money on it? And then I would say I would also consider like a protection from the bottom, because you have some bags which have like, you know, studs on the bottom, which is kind of
Yeah.
protecting it, you know, from the leather being scratched or being damaged. And you
Yeah.
have some bags which are not. So I would say nowadays when I would be buying a bag, I would consider like all of those factors
Yeah.
and then decide.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Agree. Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's I think the leather and color thing is usually, I mean, at least I personally also sometimes find it the toughest, you know. Sometimes
Yeah.
you really fall for a color, but you know it's not gonna maybe work that well with the leather. So yeah, sometimes I mean, again, follow the thing you really want to do, but it's definitely worth thinking about it, really taking time to search, trying it on if you can, or at least buying it somewhere where you can return the product
Yeah.
if you don't like it.
I
So
think, yeah, that's
yeah,
important as well. That's why I think like the Lady Dior is so great, because it has like the four studs over here, so
yeah,
that like the bottom is not touching, you know, the surface
yeah,
directly. Because for example, compared to the Dior, there is nothing, so like the corners are gonna be worn out pretty much fast, easily. So I
mm,
think, you know, if you
yeah,
can, just look for a bag with
yeah,
studs if you want the bag to look nice after certain years.
yeah. True. Yeah. Well, good one. And then maybe this one actually fits right away, and we can also slowly close off the IGT Live with this one. As always, I'm asking which bag is on your or the next on your wish list. So, do you want to share this with us, or?
Of course, of course. Well, for me, actually, the bag was on my wish list for quite some time, and it's the Dior Book Tote. You know, when it came out, I wasn't really sure if it's going to be sticking around or like what to think about it. But I think the Dior Book Tote was here for like 5 or 6 years already. So I really think it's one of the like most iconic Dior styles right now, and I also think it's very practical, because you know I kind of don't have like a everyday bag, you know, just like, you know, put my
Right.
MacBook into, put my wallet, you know, other stuff, and just like go to a meeting and then work in the city, or you know, to travel for a bit, because as many of you guys might know from my followers, I'm on a long distance relationship, so traveling is always like, you know, kind of a thing of my life. So I think that would be something nice to have. Or I also saw that you have a nice Mountain 30 on your website. So that might be also something I would consider, but for me, I really think like I would go for the book tote first, because it's something which was on my wish list for so long,
Yeah.
and I just like love all the variations of it. And you know, I feel like even though you see a lot of people with it, you have also so many variations of the book tote that you can also go just with one, which is so different from everybody
Yeah.
else. So I think that would be the one I would go for.
Yeah, yeah. And if I may ask, which ones of the Dior Montagnes did you see that you liked? Because I think we have two right now on our website. Was it the one with the pattern or without
No,
it?
no, I saw a white one with like golden hardware, and I thought,
Oh,
oh, that would be so cute for summer. But again, you know, I was like, I already have like a white, like, you know, white, because it's officially called beige, but it's actually white, Dior bag, and I wasn't sure if I would like to have the same
yeah,
combination, let's say,
yeah,
because I feel like when you have a collection of bags, you always want to have something which you don't have there. So if it would be probably in a different color, I would definitely get it. But now I was like, I'm not really sure if I need like another golden white bag. But I definitely think it's really pretty.
Exactly. I mean, it is a very special finishing of the leather. That's true. By the way, I totally forgot that we have that one on the website as well. Sorry about that. Got me there. Yeah.
No worries. No. I also think
Yeah.
it's quite good. It's like different. I think that so many people have it. So that's why I was thinking about it. But then I was like, I already have my Dior. So
Right.
if it would be in a different color, I would be like, okay, I'm getting it. But this was the one step which was kind of pushing me back.
Yeah, true. I can really see it on you though. But there's also so many other bags I can see on you. So don't you worry. Amazing. Thank you so much, Barbara, for being with us tonight, for sharing your insights and your amazing research, by the way, that you did on Dior and the models, the history behind it. Super exciting. It left me completely jobless, so perfect.
No, thank you so much for having me. I feel like really special to be here discussing this with you because you must have also a lot of knowledge about bags. So I feel I'm really honored to be here, and I was really honored to do this with Dior because it's a brand which is really close to me, which is really close to my heart. So
yes. Yeah,
I am really happy you chose me as the Dior expert.
Yes, I mean, that was not that hard. So yeah, thank you so much. And we will see a little bit more of Barbara in the future, so keep posted. I'm very excited about it. But for now, this is it. And thank you all for coming in. And most of all, thank you so much, Barbara. And
Thank you so much.
Lots of love to Prague.
Lots of love to Amsterdam as well.
Yeah. Bye.
Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.